Good evening, everyone. This is Sue speaking here. Tonight I'm going to be doing something that I've not actually done before. I had a vision while in church today, and I've decided that this time I'm going to share it before anything happens, because I usually wait till after it's happened to share what I'd received. But today I'm going to do it before, because that's what I told the Lord. So this morning we were in worship, and as I closed my eyes, I was taken out of the room that we were in and somewhere in the spirit realm so I could see it. And as I was watching, I could see the land of Israel there before me, but over the land I could see like the old prophets, but it was more like Old Testament saints, and they were there and they were standing upright with their arms upreached but in a bend semicircle type way with their heads bowed down, and they were like praying over the one I saw was praying over the land and over the people. But as I watched, I became aware there were many people doing the same thing, and they were all praying with the same fervour and the same power and the same urgency to pray. And they're sort of like they were praying for, so I've got it written down so I keep looking, might look back to it sometimes so I don't forget anything. It wasn't the prayer of blessing that I've seen the prophets of old do before, in other things, but I don't know who they were, so I think they were Old Testament saints. Then they were praying. It was a different type of prayer, but it was like they were it was passionate, it was urgent, and it was like for power, for favor, for protection before a great and mighty battle. And it was the urgency, I could feel it in my whole body, from my head to my feet. I could feel the urgency, and I just found myself praying with tears, as I usually do with Israel, for along those same sort of lines. And I'm thinking, what is going on? What? I was in worship, and now I'm here and I'm praying, and I don't really know what I'm praying for, but I'm praying the way I feel I need to pray. So I wasn't sure. So anyway, I just did that, and then the picture changed, and I saw all the lands around Israel were blackened out. They was like they just weren't there. The sin was so great they were just black, but Israel was kind of like lifted up high. It was raised right up, and it was shining. It was gold. It was beautiful because the glory of God was shining on the land, and it was just shined radiant and beautiful, and it was stunning to look at because it was a whole land. And then as I was watching, I could sort of see the line of the tribe of Judah. I often see him in this way, but I know it's Jesus, and he superimposed over the land, but in a very protective way. And I thought, this is different. And he was looking very intently at a certain land, close to Israel. He was looking very, very intently at it. And then he started to roar, and I thought, that is the war cry, it's a battle cry, but it was mixed with something else. It was different. I thought, he's angry. He's really, really angry with this land, with this nation, whoever they are. And I thought, whoa, I'm glad that's not me, because I've never seen him I've never heard him being angry when he's raw before, a protection or whatever, but I've never heard him angry, and he was angry. And then I kind of heard the words that were saying, you will not touch my people, you will not touch my land, for I am against you, says the Lord of hosts. The Lord of Lords, sorry. And then just soon after, I found myself back in the church, we're still singing the same song, I think, that I started with, although it seemed to have been going on for a long time, this vision. But it took me a long time to emotionally get over it because it affected me so much, and I just sat there for a while just thinking, just breathe, just breathe it out, And it took a while, but even now, if I close my eyes, I see those men praying over the land of Israel, and the urgency is still there. And I feel that something really, really big is brewing. Something really, really big is about to happen. I could be wrong, of course, but I think there's something that is going to change the Middle East. It's something big, really big. I could tell you the land it wasn't Gaza, it wasn't Lebanon, it was either Syria or Iran, because that's the way, the direction the lion was standing and facing. But I could be totally wrong. So I don't normally say that, but because I said I'm going to say this before anything happened, so I'm going to say it. And that's the impression that I get. I don't know when, I don't know how long before this will happen. It could be a few days, or a few weeks, or a few months or more. So I'm just sharing what I saw today. You take it or leave it as you want, but please pray for Israel. Pray for Israel like you've never prayed before. They need the prayers. Israel needs our prayers and needs our supports now more than ever. Thank you.